SpaceX, go for launch.
We're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine full power. And we'll lift off. Go SpaceX, go Falcon.
Welcome to the stage, Secretary Susan Bourgeois.
Is that loud enough for y'all this morning? Welcome everyone. We know it's hot. We know it's crowded. We appreciate your patience so much and your grace, but we wanted to fit as many people in here as possible as we share this unbelievably defining moment for Louisiana's future. So welcome. I now invite you all to stand as Father Albert from St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church right here in Abbeville leads us in the invocation.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. In the 8th Psalm, the church prays, "When I see the heavens, the work of your hands, the moon and the stars which you arranged, what is man that you should keep him in mind? Mortal man, that you care for him. Yet you have made him little less than a god. With glory and honor you crowned him, gave him power over the works of your hands, put all things under his feet. From when the first man gazed in wonder at the stars unto today, Lord, humanity has marveled at the glories of the universe you have made. Yet how much more glorious you have made us. While the stars inspire wonder, only humanity is capable of wondering. A wonder that inspires our praise, drives our quest for understanding, and motivates our exploration. This wonder and the dominion you have given us move us to decipher the laws written into nature, that we might more fully unfold the potentials of your creation and discover yet more reasons to wonder. So we stand before you today with our eyes gazing heavenward, content not merely to gaze upon the stars, but eager to go to them, that we might more intimately savor their beauty, more keenly interpret their mysteries, and more prudently apply their lessons. As these aspirations pull our eyes skyward, let us not forget the ground beneath our feet, or your children by our sides. May what we embark upon today not only lift a few beyond the reach of gravity, but elevate also the good of the community in which you have placed us. So, Lord, we pray that you grant success to the work of our hands, insight to the searching of our minds, and wisdom to the judgment of our hearts, that this endeavor might unveil the glory which the heavens proclaim, and raise souls to you whose ways are as high above our own as the stars are above the earth. You whose Son lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Father. Now please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the University of Louisiana Lafayette Army ROTC Color Guard, the national anthem by the Patriot Singers from North Vermilion High School, and Elise McCasey, a 4.0 student from Erath High School, will lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We know how to make the rockets. We know how to make the rockets at rate. We know what the rocket needs and how to make the things that the rocket needs. We can put all of that together to fly thousands of times, but none of that matters if you don't have a place to do it. We are in southern Louisiana on the Gulf Coast in Vermilion Parish, and more specifically in the coastal marshes just south of Pecan Island. And we're here to build a spaceport.
SpaceX started looking for a high-rate launch site in earnest probably 7 years ago, and there's kind of a few places on Earth where we can do what we need to do to launch Starship fully reusable at rate, meaning thousands of launches a year. You got to have a place that's on the coast, that there aren't a lot of folks near where you're going to build your launch pads. You need ample gas, and you need the right trajectories to do all of the missions that we want. And so there's really few places on Earth where you can do this, and Louisiana happens to be a perfect candidate for that.
What do you think?
Great. Yeah, it seems perfect.
This road basically, so this all serviced offshore oil and gas, right? Since like the 1950s, and this used to be what they call Freshwater City, and so that's where the old dock space was, and so that's kind of the bones of what you're seeing.
This place will truly change the world. At what point does civilization get to know a life in the stars?
Yeah.
You can't do that launching.
You need serious tonnage. See the serious tonnage, or you know,
Scale.
if you want to go out there and make life multiplanetary and not just be a tourist, you know, send a few people and come back, and you know, if you want to go there and like actually build a self-growing civilization, you need serious tonnage. We're going to bring, I think, probably both the 10,000 really exciting jobs to Louisiana, and you know, it's kind of jobs that are so exciting you can't wait to go to work in the morning.
Right.
You know, it's super inspiring, and we believe in having a really fun work environment, and it's hard to beat rockets, frankly.
I didn't know you were employing so many people in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
We talk about Louisiana as like this mechanic shop, right? And the interesting part about the whole project is that the project is actually built on the foundation that built Louisiana, which is the energy industry, right? So you're just laying a great project on type of something that Louisiana is ready for.
When people think of SpaceX, they think of a lot of engineers and scientists and things like that, but actually the most common job at SpaceX is technician or welder or tube bender. These are actually the people who add the most value from going from raw material in the door to finished rockets out the other door. They're passionate about their craft. They're excited to come to work every day, and they know that they're doing something that makes a difference, both in the lives of people that are here today and for many generations to come.
70% of our workforce at Starbase Texas is local to the Rio Grande Valley, and we're really proud of that fact, and it's something that we will replicate at even a larger scale here in Pecan Island.
Well, I think it's been incredibly exciting for the people of Louisiana. We'll make it such that the public can come and see, like they do at Cape Canaveral. People go to see Disney World, but then they'll go over to Cape Canaveral to watch the rockets launch.
All of our launch sites are actually nestled next to wildlife refuges, whether it's Vandenberg or Cape Canaveral or Boca Chica, and so we're good at managing both of them. In order for us to build our infrastructure, to bring the launch pad, to bring the rockets here, we're going to have to literally shore up the shoreline. It's going to be a historic coastal restoration in partnership with Pecan Island and the state and Vermilion Parish to bring the marsh back, to make sure we have proper storm protection.
That's actually some of the first work that you will see happening on site, is gaining access to the property so that we can get equipment in to start restoring the wetland and making sure that we stop the erosion on the shoreline.
It's going to be a fantastic partnership with Louisiana. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and thank you for your support again.
Oh, no, not a problem.
Yeah.
We haven't picked a name
Well,
yet.
but I think Starbase is cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Starbase, Louisiana.
All right, you heard it here first.
Yeah, we can't wait to serve y'all the first pot of gumbo.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 57th governor of the great state of Louisiana, the Honorable Jeff Landry.
Well, Vermilion Parish, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? God, there's so many people I want to recognize and thank. We'd be here all day, and SpaceX told me I only had 7 minutes. That's not true, man. It's okay. No. I want to begin, first of all, I know that there are so many elected officials that have traveled here today and those here in Vermilion Parish. And I want to collectively thank them for being here. I also want to acknowledge our Congressman Clay Higgins and our soon-to-be new U.S. Senator Julia Letlow, who's here. How about a round of applause for them? I also want to thank everyone in Acadiana for your patience. While you watched with anticipation as I pursued projects throughout Louisiana that have transformed other regions of the state. And I know you were there quietly wondering whether the governor had forgotten where he came from. I know y'all, it's okay. But I'm here to reassure you that I never forget home. I always come back home. For generations, Louisiana has known both abundance and hardship. Our people have endured storms that have tested our homes, floods that have swallowed our communities, economic seasons that have demanded sacrifice, and long years when opportunity seemed so often to pass us by. Yet through it all, the people of this state labored, they rebuilt, and they believed. They worked the fields, the docks, the plants, the rigs, the machine shops, the classrooms, the small businesses that have held our communities together. Not because the road was easy, but because Louisiana has always been worth the struggle. You know, for generations, industries came to Louisiana not to build lasting prosperity, but to extract wealth. They cut our forests, mined our minerals, drilled our oil and gas, plowed our fields, and then they shipped those resources elsewhere. Too often, Louisiana was left with the scars while others enjoyed the profit. Today, what Elon Musk and his team is offering Louisiana is different. They are offering us a permanent future and lasting prosperity. Now, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege, if you would just indulge me for a minute, and I would like to ask a few people to stand, and I'd like them to stay standing while I address them directly. Sheila McCorkle, Mark Sotis, Angelique Friel, Sid Moreland, Attorney General Liz Muro, Secretary Susan Bourgeois, Bob Henskins, Senator Bob Henskins, Speaker de Villiers, and Senate President Cameron Henry, and of course my wife and my son. Each of you have suffered through my constant desire to get this done at all cost. My wife especially has sacrificed even our private family time as well. But I want you to know that words can scarcely capture what each of your patience and your perseverance have meant to me, but more importantly, to the citizens of Louisiana. Few will ever know the true sacrifice and labor that went into settling the matter of 3 decades of coastal litigation that brought us to today. And for me, it was never about ending those lawsuits. It was never about a legal matter. It was not simply a balance sheet, a line on the balance sheet, or a great economic project. It was about whether Louisiana could turn a hard-fought moment into a new chapter of opportunity for our people. Could we finally deliver transformational change that would echo through generations? Yet, through your patience and your persistence and careful judgment, you brought on either behalf of SpaceX or the state, you answered yes. And today, a new chapter of opportunity is within reach. And for that, I want to personally thank you. They have been great. I'm telling you, you have no idea. One of these days, we're going to write a book about it. It's going to be amazing. For years, we have watched as too many of our children have left and moved to other states for great opportunity. Our efforts over the past 3 years are changing all of that once and for all. To the people of Louisiana, I really want to say thank you. Thank you for trusting me. And I know that there are many others here today who have helped along the way as well. And you know who you are. And many more of you will be required to continue to help us. And so I want you to know, I say thank you to you as well. I came into this office promising new industry, greater wages, new jobs, and a wider field of opportunity for the people of the state of Louisiana. With today's announcement, we are building a future for Louisiana that knows no boundaries, from the oceans to the earth and even to space. Because of our work, SpaceX is committing $100 billion of capital investment. In Vermilion Parish. Make no mistake about it, today is nothing short of a transformational moment. I want you to understand that today is like an inflection point in time in Louisiana's history. And this project means more than just steel, technology, and capital. It represents jobs for our families. It represents momentum for our communities. And it represents protection for our coast. It will represent proof that the world can look to Louisiana not simply as a place that has endured, but that it is a place that is ready to lead. We have suffered, sacrificed, and labored for that opportunity. And this moment honors that labor. It says that the trials and the tribulations that Louisiana has carried are not the end of our story. They are the foundation of a brighter future. I want the people of Louisiana to hear this. I want the people of America to hear this. Louisiana is open, and it's open to new jobs, to honest wages, and to those who will dare to build something that lasts. We are not here merely to take our place in the future. Today, Louisiana is here to build that future. I have said that Louisiana must stop being bound by the past, even as we honor our heritage that has brought us here. SpaceX will cause the spirit of Louisiana's men and women, their labor to stir. The world will now witness Louisiana's commitment, and through this commitment, they will bear testament to the greatest work ethic on earth. Because I believe that the people of Louisiana, we are a people who never quit trying, a people who say it can always be done. We do not believe in cannot. We are the people who find a way when there is no way. We are the people also who always have a kind word for you or a warm seat at your table. When it is our culture of hard work and humility that is our greatness. But it's interesting. I want you to know this. It's interesting because, quite frankly, I believe what I've experienced is that is the culture of SpaceX. And I really have struggled to find the words. It's hard for people to wrap their head around this project. So I thought, and I sat, and I contemplated, and I wrote these words. You know, it seems befitting that we travel back to 1803. America made a purchase that changed the world. Thomas Jefferson, in one acquisition, changed the course of a young, struggling republic. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States. It secured the Mississippi River. It opened the West. And from that day, as Robert Livingston said, the United States took its place among the powers of the first rank. And the motto, "Go West," was born. What that purchase to America was, these 125,000 acres of Louisiana marsh will be to the age of Starship. Look at the map, and you will see wetlands and water. Look through the eyes of 1803, and you will see something else. Ground that appears ordinary until the nation decides what it is for. Jefferson did not buy empty land. He bought a future that had not yet been named. And that is what SpaceX is doing here. These acres will not be stripped and shipped away. These acres will be home to SpaceX, and it will be built by Louisiana hands on Louisiana soil. This will be the place which America reaches farther than it has ever reached before. In 1803, Louisiana gave America a continent. Gwen, today, Louisiana and SpaceX will give America the stars. Now it's my distinct honor to bring up a very, very special guest to the stage. Gwen Shotwell is not just the president and chief operating officer of SpaceX. Gwen, you are now a part of Louisiana history. She is joined by Tim Hughes, senior vice president of SpaceX, and other key executives that are here today. And working side by side with Elon Musk, Gwen and her team are leading a company on a mission to change the future of mankind. And she is joining us to chart a new and historic chapter in Louisiana's history. Please join me in giving a Louisiana welcome to a woman whose commitment to Louisiana will leave an everlasting impact on our children and our children's children. Ladies and gentlemen, Gwen Shotwell.
So I have an amazing team, but they are in trouble because I don't want to follow Governor Landry in speeches in the future. So I go first next time, okay? Governor Landry, thank you so much. What you're going to hear from me is not necessarily new. You saw the video, and I think videos are worth a million words. And you've heard Governor Landry speak. But what you're going to hear is our commitment. I'm speaking on behalf of SpaceX to talk about the partnership and the great things that we want to do here together, okay? So you're hearing repeat, but you're hearing my commitment. Governor Landry, you and your team welcomed us to your state, and you worked tirelessly, your team worked tirelessly to make this project a reality. And I'm so excited for what we're going to build together here. This will be a project like no other. Another piece of science fiction transported into reality, or what I call science fact. SpaceX was founded to make life multiplanetary. You heard Elon talk about it on the video. And we've known all along that fulfilling that mission meant pushing the boundaries in the most complex engineering field in human history. Don't just make a better rocket. Make a rocket that can do its mission and come back to land quickly and fly again. Don't just make a bigger engine or put way too many of them together on the back end. Make it more powerful and able to run over and over, not just once. Don't just fly more often. Fly so frequently that something as awe-inspiring as a rocket launch can maybe feel mundane. That's a little bit of a fib. Rocket launches never are mundane, but it sounds good in a speech. It will never stop feeling like a thrill ride, honestly. But this is what we're here to do. We've been developing Starship for several years now. We've had our bumps and our bruises. Starship is revolutionary, not just in size, but it's in its design to be fully and rapidly reusable. Like airplanes. You don't use an airplane once and toss it. Rockets are used once and then they're thrown away. This rocket is fully and rapidly reusable. You can launch it again and again right here in Vermilion Parish, multiple times a year. But that's what it will take for humans to truly fly and go out and explore the stars. Starbase Louisiana is going to make that future possible. And now is the right time to build it. In the last few years, we've given ourselves a lot of practice. We've learned from every single launch. We've invented new systems, new technologies, and we've honestly found out the hard way when something wasn't up to the task of withstanding some of the most powerful forces on the planet. We learned from these tests, and now we're building for actual repetitive operations. We currently have one active launch pad for Starship in Starbase, Texas, with a second one in active build. And we've got 3 different stages of pads in construction in Florida, part of the most active launch complex on the planet. But for the missions we had ahead of us, we need more, and we want to do it here. Starship at its core is designed to make it possible for life to be multiplanetary, to make it so humans can live and work on other worlds. In the more near term, just a few years, Starship will enable us to return Americans to the surface of the moon, along with NASA, and build a permanent moon base. I'm personally very excited about that. I want to go to the moon. I don't want to go to Mars, but I want to go to the moon. Starship is going to launch the next generation of our Starlink satellites to bring even faster and more reliable internet to anyone, anywhere on the planet, and to move supercompute to space. So as AI continues to advance, it can take advantage of the limitless resources that are off planet instead of here on planet. Put all of this together, and these tasks will require thousands of launches. Starbase Louisiana is being designed from day one to support this dramatic increase in launch cadence. By starting with a clean sheet design, we're planning to build a self-sustaining spaceport with its own propellant production, power generation, deep water shipping capabilities, vehicle processing facilities, and probably an airport. And thanks to the abundant resources here in Louisiana, we have ready access to the natural gas that fuels these rockets to get to orbit. But that is actually not the only resource that we're excited about here on the Gulf Coast. It's the people of Louisiana, where you have a storied history of building large, complex infrastructure projects, which this will be at scale, and we're looking to you for help. As part of our commitment to the state, we expect to create at least 3,000 permanent jobs. Elon said 10. Based on our experience in Starbase, Texas, it's probably closer to 10 than 3. And as I said, and likely far more. Between 60 and 80% of new hires at our Texas sites are local residents, something that we will repeat here in Louisiana. We need people with all sorts of skills, not just rocket scientists and engineers, but technicians, welders, builders, people that work in restaurants, people that will help us operate the airport and operate the spaceport. Effectively, it takes a small city to run a site, and that's what these will basically be. And as we build, we want to become part of your community. In the months ahead, you'll see us engage very heavily, me personally as well. I love Louisiana. Holding town halls and finding other opportunities where we can meet and chat and make sure we understand what you are looking for and make sure you understand what we're trying to build. It has been a privilege. My team talks about this site a lot, and it's been a privilege getting to know everybody so far, and we're really looking forward to continuing that. We're very motivated to listen. We want to make this a great project, not just for Starship and SpaceX, but for Louisiana as well. And we're really excited to work on that with you and build this future together. One of the things that doesn't get talked about much, but SpaceX invests incredibly heavily in the communities around our sites. We talked about 100 billion, right? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But we do this investment in the communities because that's where our great employees live and work, right? We want this to be a great experience for everybody that's supporting. We have an incredible resource as well called Starlink. I don't know, does anybody have Starlink internet? Yes. Life-changing. I have one on my car. In Central Texas, there are a lot of no cell coverage between my home, my ranch, and my work. And I think I dropped a few too many calls with Elon on that commute. I thought I need a Starlink on my car. So I have a Starlink on my car. And we're going to make Starlink available to everybody that wants one or needs one at far more affordable pricing even than you see online. We're also working with Louisiana on ways to leverage Starlink to improve resiliency for the state's emergency response systems as well. Yeah. I mean, Starlink can provide fun and games through streaming and gaming, right? But ultimately, it survives storms, right? Because the satellites are up in orbit in this quiescent area while something is raging here on Earth. So it has saved many lives, and it's been incredibly helpful for people to stay connected during emergencies. And last but certainly not least, it's obvious to anyone privileged enough to visit here to see this part of the country. It is beautiful. And we are committed to doing our part to ensure that this land doesn't disappear. This site is a one-of-a-kind chance to both fly the world's most advanced and powerful rocket while strengthening Louisiana's coastal resilience and wildlife. Yeah. You heard from Bobby Peden, who, by the way, is the mayor of Starbase, Texas, on the video. You heard from him that one of the first things you're going to see us do is start working with the state to ensure that the coastline survives. So you're going to see those projects start immediately. The coast is disappearing at one of the fastest rates in the country. In Vermilion Parish, the shoreline is eroding. Sorry, this is, just the reality part of the speech today. Between 3 and 23 feet per year, coastline disappearance. Left alone, this shoreline will continue to erode and basically eliminate the beauty that we have. SpaceX is partnering with state and federal agencies to expand Louisiana's coastal master plan, including shoreline protection, marsh restoration, and wildlife conservation. The work includes thousands of acres of marsh creation to reconnect fragmented wetlands and help restore the natural storm buffer that this coast has lost. Pecan Island and the surrounding wetlands are high-value habitat for migratory waterfowl, shorebirds, wading birds, and other coastal wildlife. Now, the birds might fly away during a launch, but I guarantee they come back. And they come back right away, by the way. As soon as the rocket's gone, the birds come back. It's not like months later. SpaceX is committed to keeping very large portions of this 125,000 acres untouched so that high-value wetlands stay habitat and don't become infrastructure. We will help fund protection, restoration, and stewardship while we build. We'll work with wildlife agencies, landowners, and conservation groups to help reverse the losses from both this natural erosion and careless industrial use of the past. We have a long history of partnership with wildlife refuges to ensure launch activity and wildlife can both coexist and both thrive. At every existing SpaceX launch site, waterfowl, shorebirds, and other local birds have continued to occupy the habitat throughout launch operations, except just the really noisy part. And to be clear, I want to be very clear, we are not developing 125,000 acres of land, just enough to do the work that we want to do and have sufficient outside of that because it's beautiful and it makes people want to be here and happy to work here. Areas near the coast will be developed for launch operations, but we're also preserving the wetlands for wildlife habitat, activities like hunting, fishing, birding, and boating that are a part of this coast's rich culture. In short, we don't want this land just to survive our being here. We want it to thrive while becoming a launch pad to humanity's greatest adventure. And I do want to note, this is the second large project that we've announced in the last couple months. The last one was TerraFab, where we'll be manufacturing chips on US soil instead of relying on other countries to provide our technology. Also creating thousands of jobs to build a more exciting future. Between Starbase Louisiana and TerraFab in Texas, sorry, I already said this part. Go. Yeah. That exciting future is being built right here in America. And I'll close with one additional round of thank yous. Once again, Governor Landry, your support was incredible. Everyone got calls from you. You didn't work through people. You worked directly, and they appreciated it. And everybody else in Louisiana that has helped us get this far, and for those that will also help us reach new heights. My team at SpaceX, the reason I still come to work every day, because I couldn't imagine not working with these incredible people. They approach every impossible problem, which we have daily, and they just get it done. It's just as if it was on their normal to-do list. And we're here to build something that will open a pathway to the stars for today's future generations. We are here to stay, and I'm really excited for us to get to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gwen, so much. That's something you're going to hear a lot today, I think. And thank you, Governor, sincerely for your remarks. But in case you thought he was kidding about that he was relentless thing, you could just ask my husband or lots of the other people in this room. But real quickly before we close, you know, we often talk about what this whole of Louisiana approach is doing for economic development, and it really is the catalyst for our state's momentum. But I want to take a moment to show you what that really looks like. You know, our friends in the press like to write a lot of articles these days about how we work projects in Louisiana, right? You've read about that once or twice. But this room is the example of how it works. More importantly, this room is the example of why it works. So I'm going to run through some things very quickly, and not unlike what the governor did, I'm going to ask you to stand before we leave, and we are about to wrap up. But I want you all to see the size and the scale of the effort it takes to take a project from a SpaceX phone call on February 5th of this year to signed paperwork this morning. 6.5 months. So to the SpaceX team, obviously, when we stand, y'all are going to be part of that. But I want you all to stand when it's time. It took the governor working this project daily, right, Sharon? Daily. But the entire cabinet and his executive team did it along with us. The legislators who authored critical legislation simply out of trust that we needed to, that it was the right policy to create to not only win this project, but to position Louisiana to win in the future. To Paige Carter and the entire team at LED who worked on this project, they're all over this room every single day. Troy Wayman, one Acadiana, and your team. The lawyers, and there were a lot of them, are always lawyers in a good deal. And I don't know if it's just because they get to bill the hours, but boy, did they work a lot on this deal. The Vermilion Parish officials, all of you who have been with us all along, the Industrial Development Board who met this morning to do their important work, the school board, the police jury, the sheriff, and so many others. This to philanthropy, the Community Foundation of Acadiana that has a role in this project. Okay, I want everybody to stand up. Who, if you've worked on this project, if you've touched it, if you've been involved in negotiations, right? Our energy, our power providers, I know you're in this room too. If you've worked this project, stand up, and if you're already standing, raise your hand. This is what it takes to do a deal like this. I love that I get to give the speeches. We brought this once in a lifetime opportunity home for Louisiana. So thank you all. Today belongs to all of us. So in that light, most of you are going to go out this door to go celebrate outside with us. The SpaceX team, the governor and the cabinet and the press, we're going to go out that door that you're about to see. There's a door right over there to go answer some questions. And we look forward to celebrating with you all outside in the town square with food and music and a true Louisiana celebration. Thank you all so much for being a part of this special day.